Today, we're all concerned about the quality of the environment and leaving less of a carbon footprint. When it comes to oil-based products, the EPA has guidelines on what is hazardous waste and where it's legal to dispose of that waste. But not all absorbent products are comparable. GreenSorb is the world's most effective, sustainable, eco-friendly premium absorbent on the market today. From oil spills to brownfields, from hazardous waste to leaking underground storage tanks and petroleum contaminations, GreenSorb is more effective on more types of toxic spills than any other product. GreenSorb is extremely versatile. It absorbs oil, all sorts, types, and viscosities, fuels, such as gasoline, jet fuel, and diesel, all acids, except hydrofluoric acid. It also absorbs solvents, grease, medical fluids, toxins, blood and urine, caustic fluids, paint, and sewage. The following demonstration will give a dynamic preview of how GreenSorb can meet your environmental needs. First, a simulated brownfield. In this container is pea gravel and stones. To this, we'll add Illinois sweet crude oil. While we mix in the oil to create the brownfield, you should know that one thing that makes GreenSorb so eco-friendly is that it can turn hazardous waste into non-hazardous material. And once a spill is absorbed by GreenSorb, it doesn't leak out. And what makes it sustainable is that when used to absorb a large oil spill, you can reclaim the oil from GreenSorb into barrels and reuse the GreenSorb again. Now, we'll add a minimal amount of GreenSorb and speed up the mixing process. After the mixing, we let it sit for 90 seconds. Then, we dump the contents onto a plain sheet of white bond paper. As you can see, the stones are dry. And as we pour the contents back into the container, you'll notice there's no oil on the bond paper, and you now have a perfectly cleaned up brownfield. Our second demonstration is oil and water separation. We've added to this container of water 1/3 of an inch of standard 1040 motor oil. To this, we'll add GreenSorb. This experiment was first conducted at Northwestern University, where they found that at its conclusion, only 50 parts per million of oil was left on the surface of the water. This is not drinking quality, but it is a quality that can be handled by any standard filtration plant. Now, all of the oil has been encapsulated by GreenSorb, and the water is almost completely oil-free. And to conclude our demonstration, product versatility. We're going to add a number of petroleum products to GreenSorb, starting with transmission fluid. As you can see, the transmission fluid clumps up on top and will not seep to the bottom. Next, we'll add diesel fuel, which has a more water-like consistency. Third, we'll use tramp oil, which is not a usable type of oil, but a residue from various manufacturing plants. It's thick like molasses and very difficult to get rid of. None of this will reach the bottom of this container and will all be absorbed by GreenSorb. As we start to mix it in, it will break into loose sand. Once again, we'll pour the contents onto white bond paper, and when we return the contents to the container, you'll see that the paper is clean and dry. GreenSorb is tested safe by Argonne National Laboratory, U.S. Department of Energy, the Illinois Institute of Technology, the University of Illinois, and Northwestern University. It has USDA approval to be used in the food industry and is in compliance with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's RCRA TCLP test for toxicity and leaching properties. And because GreenSorb can convert hazardous waste to non-hazardous material, it passes the RCRA TCLP test even after it has absorbed an oil spill, which is a rare quality. GreenSorb is akin to a concentrated formula and is 8 times more absorbent than its competition. GreenSorb is used by 3 of the top 10 U.S. airlines in their repair and maintenance facilities. In an everyday example, GreenSorb was used to absorb some 200 gallons of Jet A fuel that was spilled while filling a top 5 airline jet. GreenSorb is non-toxic, non-flammable, non-reactive, non-corrosive, non-explosive, non-oxidizing, all natural, and can be disposed of in landfills. GreenSorb creates a cleaner, safer, and eco-friendly environment in a variety of applications.